Hey, what's up, guys? We're Down With Webster, and you're watching Bring the Noise. Honestly, I've tried to come up with a label for our music a million and one times, and every time I have not been satisfied. So nowadays, I just play it for people, and I say, take it and label it whatever you want, because I don't know what to call it. I really don't. Oh, like, what did someone call us in the paper the other day? It was like misogynistic party rock?
Yeah, misogynistic party pop.
Party pop, yeah. It was
misogynistic party pop is what they call it.
It was really bad. It made me not want to read the paper anymore.
Shows. He's studio for sure.
Yeah, I really like the studio part. I really like the feeling of going in there with nothing and coming out with this song, and you're like, this is awesome. Now I have this song that I can play all the time, and we just did this. So I'm a big studio guy.
Yeah, like for me, shows are kind of like the release after you've done the studio, after you've recorded, after you've...
You love it. He loves stage more than anyone I've ever seen. He goes nuts.
I could live there. I feel like if I could live on stage and just like, go to bed, wake up, and just do it all night, all day, that would be a dream come true.
He's super into it, as you can tell. Junos, yeah, we got nominated, unfortunately, put in the same category with, like, Justin Bieber, so we obviously got stomped out, but we got to perform on the show, which was amazing, because, it's televised in front of millions in, like, our whole country, and it was wild. It was fun.
Yeah, me being the show guy, I already felt like we won just by knowing that we got to perform, so it was gone.
Exactly. I don't know what it is. I don't know why so many bands are coming out of Canada and being successful. I'd like to say that we're just amazing people, but I don't really know why, because I don't think that's the case. No, I think it's fair. Like I'm happy to see that so many good bands are coming out, and that we're up against bands like the Arcade Fire and Bieber and Drake, and it's good. I'm happy that we're doing it that big.
I'd almost be upset if we had won over a band like Arcade Fire, because they have done so much and they've been around so much and have put such a strong
it wouldn't seem right
thing out for Canada, and we haven't done that yet, so it would kind of
we're still on the come up. No, it makes it way easier when you're good friends, long-term good friends with all your bandmates, because then it's not like a thing where people are fighting and squabbling and it never gets solved and then the band breaks up. Like, I've seen it happen, and it's
a lot easier to tell somebody, like, straight up to their face exactly how you're feeling at the moment if they're your friend, as opposed to, like, bottling something up or, like, trying to, like, not acknowledge it for the better of the band. It's like when you're friends, you can literally go up to someone and say, like, you're my friend, you always will be, but this sucks or this isn't, and you can have a normal conversation as opposed to being very confrontational.
Yeah, it's easier to tell your brother to go screw himself and punch him in the arm than it is to a stranger, so... No, I don't say that freaks me out at all. I'm kind of just like, yeah, it's awesome.
Well, YouTube's a weird thing, too, because it's like, that weird, like, what is it, the hamster that does the, like, dramatic face that's got, like, billions of views.
Yeah, so it's just like, I have no clue what to attribute it to. It's awesome that people are watching our music videos that much. And now it's Vivo, by the way, I've been told.
Vivo?
We're on Vivo now.
Mouse.
It's my entire life. It's what I do. I wake up and I think about it and I work at it, and I work at it till I go to sleep. And I've been doing that now for, like, really doing that now, where that's all I do for 3 years now. So I don't know what I'd do without it. That's all I want to do. All I want to do is make music and perform the music that I make. So it's kind of my whole life.
Exactly. It's like a dream come true, to tell you the truth. Being in the band is what I think all of us have always wanted, and the fact that it's doing well and we're successful enough to it be our only job is incredible. So
it's crazy. I don't know what we'd do if we weren't doing music.
Yeah.
It'd be messed up. Okay. There's so many highlights. We've had so many kind of, like, it hasn't with us. It's never been like one big thing that's happened that's kind of shot us up. It's been like a number of really small breaks. So I'd say that like, making the first album and selling it out of our trunk and being able to play shows for 300 kids, that was a big deal at the time. Then getting signed to Universal Motown was a huge deal.
Going to work with Timberland and recording our album in Miami, that was another bigger deal. And
then getting accepted by kind of Canada's MTV family, which is Much Music, kind of was like another big deal where I first saw my music videos on the TV. It was nuts. Hearing your songs on the radio and realizing that they're doing well, huge. We just played a show in Toronto at Massey Hall and sold like 2,700 tickets. Again, huge deal. So I just look at it like every 4 months there seems to be another thing that's like the pinnacle of where we've hit. And
now we're in London.
Now we're
huge
in London.
Deal. Yeah.
Now we're in London. Huge deal. Yeah, there's tons of low points when you realize, it's like, man, like all my friends are going off to university and I'm not making any money and I don't have a job and I'm living in my parents' basement trying to make beats all day down in the basement and they're yelling at me to turn it down. It's like,
those are the low points.
Those are the low points, and like, thank God we kind of got out of that. But if it wasn't for the low points, I don't think I'd be so happy about it now. Like I wouldn't really appreciate what's going on, because
and now our friends, the ones that are off in university, are saying, I wish I could do what you guys are doing.
Right. Now they're coming to the shows and asking to get backstage and being all like, and I remember when I was like, damn, you're going to get an actual job and like I'm going to be in my basement and working at McDonald's. Like,
promise you'll come to our next gig.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely none. I came here with a blank slate. Like, I've never been here. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just coming in and seeing what it is. And like, so far it's been great. I really like the city. Everyone who we've been dealing with has been great. So
it's kind of like the closest place to home where we've ever visited. Like,
yeah.
Besides the accents, the similarities and stuff are very similar.
And like the venue that we're playing tonight at the Water Rats is like super small and kind of grimy. It feels like when we were doing our first stuff out in Toronto, and like we're very comfortable in that atmosphere. So I think it's gonna be cool. We're gonna smash it. I'd say you're gonna be a rapper, so don't mess around with school and doing other stuff. Go as hard as you can right now, hard. I think that's what I'd tell myself, because there was a whole point where I was kind of indecisive when it's like, I want to do this, but is it even really possible? Is it smart to be doing this? And then I kind of just said, screw it, and did it. But I would have told myself back then, like, you know what I mean? If you already want to do this, just do it. Do what you want to do.
I would say kind of like what Cam said, but I'd always had the dream of, it's like convincing yourself that you're going to learn how to fly. Like, so I'd say just keep believing and keep doing what you're doing. And yeah.
Inspirational.
Inspirational, yeah.
There you go.